T-side here, 3 sets of armor, make it 4. Chris J with the smoke, the HE grenade, no upgraded pistols. There are options to go very fast towards the upper bomb site. You can go towards ramp as well. We'll see which option they go for. The nade to me suggests they're going to be nading out the squeaky door and smoking in front of it and then trying to do a vent dive, something like that. We'll see what comes through. There's the nade and the smoke.
Just to watch out door. Blown out by the nade so they can try and get quick access. Smoke down inside of it as well means that they could vent dive, but Nico's pushed back and Kerrigan's made contact with Oscar. Outside wrap still a factor if they get toward main entrance, but Chris shut down immediately. Only the 1 kill on Rain, and Faze start off 1-0.
Dominant performance there from Faze. Didn't really have to break a sweat. 2 kills for Nico, 2 for Rain. Guardian to finish things off. You could see what Mousesports are up to there. As predicted, the smoke, the HE combo towards the squeaky door. Trying to get out towards up over that sort of split towards outside as well. Didn't really work out for them in the USPs. Paying dividends there as we go into round number 2. No bomb was planted for Mousesports, so we would assume it would be a force buy here. It is indeed focusing on the Desert Eagles. A couple of CZs and Chris J with Tech 9. 1 smoke, a couple of flashbangs. I don't see this round really equating to too much, but we'll see whether they can find a few kills. Maybe a bomb plant. As they start to set up right now, it's going to be Sunny to take a nade to the face, but he's got a deagle in hand, and that can do a lot of damage towards outside.
Trying to fire through the thin garage door, catch anyone off inside of Enix. Stico's gone above. His deagle does make contact. His brain is twice, in fact. Both on the shoulder, I would guess. Not near the head. Not near enough, at least. So 26 HP left for Rain. Kerrigan to wait. Knowing the door's been open. The UMP in hand. Does have support inside of the site above as well with Nico. He's going to contest toward ramp found by Olaf. So Deagle's attempting to get long picks shut down early.
Yeah, you need that really early opening pick towards outside. If you get that first 1D, you have the snowball effect. 5 on 3 now, it really doesn't look it's going to be a successful round for Mousesports at all. They'll go in towards upper together, hopefully get a trade. 1-2 kills is about as good as it'll get at this stage. 45 seconds remaining. Kerrigan, you can hear them all coming in. Nico to spray them down. Easy does it, bomb down. Chris J was the one flashing them into the roofs, and it'll be a clean sweep for Faze. They certainly are the favourites here, and they put their best foot forward in the first couple of rounds. It should be a 3-0 coming up. The full eco for Mousesports expected here. Maybe some PG-50s and an upper rush. Just get it over with, Matt. We'll see whether they can just find a kill or 2. Hasn't really looked too good so far. 1 kill for Oscar, 1 for Chris J. Faze don't really have to break a sweat here. They focus heavily on the rifles with 3 FAMASes, 1 M4, and the Kerrigan with the UMP. So they're in very good stead to get off to a great start here on Nuke. Upper rush, get in there.
Could be. Just get it over with. Keep all the default pistols. Kerrigan drops down. Nico's already ready. He's got a number to shoot up. Just trying to get the bomb plant. The fact that they actually trade off of him is beneficial because Chris, I was going to say, is the one with the bomb to get below, but he's met by Guardian. 3-0 start. We get to guns. No bomb plants in any of those.
Yes.
Means they're just shy of what they would need for the AWP if they wanted to bring that out early.
Doesn't look like there'll be any sort of warp on the Mousesports side. 5 AK-47s for them. Not a huge deal. You don't need AWP or any map in CS, especially not Nuke. 5 AK is absolutely fine. It's all about coordination, pincering from outside and focusing on the upper or lower bomb site. That's what you'll see most teams head towards at the very start, the point, the wall of smokes like you're seeing right now. They'll be thrown every single round, regardless if they're going to be using them or not, as in, they'll be pushing one player down there. Rain knows what's coming, can hear footsteps around him, and he's trying to be the saboteur here. Push through the smoke and potentially take someone down. There is a gap in that smoke map. It's not ideal for Guardian. We pointed out in the analysis section that he can use the nest position to try and find early picks.
This is such an awkward situation because Rain, by design, threw that smoke short side of red box to push up, and Guardian didn't have an angle to cover the gap, so they actually snuck a player by. And as Rain was just waiting for it to fall into his place, he actually had the timing, unfortunately, nothing to do with his fault, slightly off. He's traded out immediately, so only gets 1. And they give up secret in doing it. This is okay for Mousesports. Still in possession for Chris, has gone back toward T-spawn. He'll wait for Sunny and Oscar to make space.
Problem is now, Map, we've got 1 flashbang, no smokes, nothing really on the T side. They've got a bit of map control towards Secret, but they haven't made their way fully towards the Oscar at the very front of the pack here, looking for any sort of picks. Luckily, they have got time on their side, but Nico, such a strong position here, looking for anyone going towards the decon room. It will be holding back and letting them get towards window.
Yeah, this is interesting. He's sitting all the way back, which means they're not expecting it, but ooh, Oscar. picks up Chris's tweet, takes down Nico pretty quick. He's gotten toward the vent as well, finds Kerrigan dropping in. The kill on Nico really opens up the map for them because Sunny's got Olaf. It's down to just Guardian. This round goes to Mousesports inevitably at this point in time. Guardian does at least get Oscar back, but they'll know he's quite far away from the lower bomb site, so bomb to be planted. Oof. Chris just barely got down there, I will say.
That was with the bomb. If Guardian finds that kill, that was about to get very difficult for Mousesports. But they should almost certainly win the round now. It's Oscar, as everyone's been saying. He is arguably the best player in Mousesports, and he's getting up there in terms of notoriety in the CSGO scene. He's not just an AWP, he's very proficient in the rifles as well, as you just saw. Gets down towards lower, rails Nico, managed to get in the vent as well, and actually run away with the round single-handedly there. So 3 players surviving from Mousesports. They post their first round on the board here. Guardian will save the AWP. There's plenty of money on the CT Forces though, so don't worry about that. They'll have a full gun round going to the next one. Technically a bonus round with the FAMASs and stuff. We'll have M4s going to the next round. And I'm sure Guardian will survive here. Maybe not, though. Great shot from Rops.
Definitely not going to get far enough forward to get the AWP, unfortunately, for Rops. But either way, they'll take it because they win the first gun round. They do it cleanly by getting everyone down on the Faze side, so they won't be able to buy in quite as heavily. There is money left, obviously, coming out from 3 straight rounds, but I take it back because Olaf does just have enough to get the op and throw it to Guardian, so stronger than I would have expected.
Really wanted to save that AWP. Guardian looking all the way there towards the entrance of T-Spawn. Could have just hidden the corner right around there. He wouldn't have been taken down. Wanted to find a pick. And it will be 3-1. There's still a buy available. Not the best for the CT Forces with that dropped AWP, but then Nade will take down the squeaky door now. Good nade though from the CTs. It's going to be Robso to open things up. That's the AWP going down.
Shot Oscar already to take over the stairs. Sunny's caught off Rain's angle, but I can't get the kill on. Rain actually wins out against Sticko and manages to fall away. Took too much damage in the first exchange.
This is the tactic that they broke down on the deaths. The 2 smokes used outside, pushing towards the garage. Smoke on the catwalk, blocking all the vision for the AWPers, and it's up to Sunny to trade frags. They have the man advantage right now. Kerrigan, Nico, and Olaf Meister positioned pretty far back. You see Olaf there beneath the nest right now, towards ramp 1 in the upper bomb side. So what's the play here from Mousesports? It's waiting for a mistake to be made for a CT to hunt for information. Olaf Meister looks towards outside, but doesn't spot anything. He'll actually fall back and help out towards the ramp from here.
Oscar with some vent control to work with, and Olaf rotating down on the opposing side to the vent itself. It's all for naught, because if he rotates down and Oscar holds off and gets the information, they've gone back upper with the bomb, so good play so far from Mousesports on the T side. 2 consecutive bomb plants once they get the guns up and they hold the angles. They're definitely getting map control. To me, the most important thing still is to cause rotations and movement from the CTs on Nuke, and they're definitely getting that from them.
Yeah, great tactics, good smokes used every single time, and this going in with that brutal aim that Mousesports certainly have. 3-2, it has to be an eco now for Faze. I can see the pistols being purchased. Kerrigan with CZ, Deagle for Nico. It's very difficult to make these rounds really work on the CT side. We'll see whether they can maybe find a couple of kills here. Chris J reading the situation well. The in-game leader purchased the Mach-10. Knowing they won't have armor going into round number 6 here, he can mow them down, be thrown into a bomb site first, and look out for a stack. So we'll see whether he can open things up here, so look out for him. Oscar towards the ramp from the AWP now. Can't find the first shot. Takes a lot of damage there, down to 37. Good player to inflict that. Wallbang attempt there towards the hut and squeaky door. But they'll just hold up right now. They'll try and get some basic map control. Ramp's a good position to go towards, as Chris J will deploy this smoke. Like I said, throw him in first. See if there is a stack who can find the opening pick. If he does go down, it's not a massive problem. The Mach-10 pretty useless against armored opponents, and we'll see him go in now. They'll spot 1, but now they have got full control of the ramp room.
Chris almost baited into chasing, does get Olaf down. No one else directly in his path, at least toward the vents. They are pursuing the position of Chris, though, so control and decontamination occupied. And Chris is well aware of the fact that they're looking for him. They'll continue on. You're right, Mach-10 certainly can do work, but Oscar's gone down to Kerrigan. Nico to follow with a kill onto Chris J, and it becomes interesting because even though they haven't picked up any weapons, aside from Rain, I suppose, on the Mach-10, if you want to call it that, without armor, they've certainly made these T's uncomfortable and forced them into the lower site where they're waiting. Crossfire's established, but Guardian can't do anything against Rocks. He'll be babysat while he plants the bomb. 16 HP. No one will be able to find the angle. Good kill from Sticko to get out Kerrigan. Should be able to control this. Just Nico remaining though. Low HP on 2, that Teagle becomes a menace.
Yeah, you say just Nico, but he certainly can do some work with that upgraded pistol. A few kills coming in favor of Faze, but overall quite comfortable for Mousesports. After going down 0-3, they find 3 rounds in a row and tie things up. No warp available for Guardian. This is definitely a difficult buy for Faze Clan. They'll have M4s across the board. 4 players of all helmets, and that won't be a massive issue considering that Mac-10's gone away now. 1 defuse kit available on Karrigan, a lack of utility as Mousesports will start to dictate the pace of the game now. They can keep dropping those outside smokes, they can start showing variations of that strategy. The same smokes can be used to go fast down secret instead of splitting towards upper bomb site. As they start to deploy them once again, wait out for the smoke towards Catwalk. Oscar now, the AWP suggests they might slow things down. And you can see a complete different variation. Same smokes being used, the same player going towards outside, but the rest of his teammates towards lobby. This is a different tactic, probably going towards the ramp room and trying to get towards that lower bomb site now.
Yeah, if they can split from either side. Especially if they can force by getting the single player towards secret. Sunny, if he could force the... Oh, that nade, 7 HP. If he could force the second rotation off of the ramp is essentially where I was going with this. It'll easily create space for Rops to try and sneak in. Guardian up close, though. Scared. Karrigan nearly finding his teammate being Chris J. It's Karrigan inside of the site. Stico's rotated around others. They've gotten some control. Nico, rafters. They'll at least know that he's there, and Chris tries to trade off of it. Better position, apparently, for Nico as he looks down on the M4.
Well, the lower split has been foiled as Faze Clan find a few kills there. Nico starting to step up with the M4A4. Mousesports still have 40 seconds remaining. No smokes, though. They've got the Molotovs. They have to go for all his clean kills here as Rops faces towards the vent. You can see he's not shot out, but he knows there's going to be some sort of lower presence here from the CTs. It has to work out where.
Inching their way in. Quick check behind dark box, perhaps. Overlook it instead. I like to go directly to the plant, but that's where Olaf's waiting. Check everywhere except the door where he is, and that's going to take the bomb down. 10 seconds for Rops. Good kill to Olaf. He should allow the bomb plant. He's got to stick it. They're going to try and rush it down 2 versus 1 and get on him as soon as it goes down. So they'll concede the plant. But they'll pick up the 4th round on the Faze side.
They kept Faze very modest there, though. The bomb going down gives Mousesports an extra $800. They managed to get 3 kills in total. That was a very difficult situation. So well played to Rob to even get that plant in. Good use of the Molotov there. Denied Olaf Meister a chance to take him down. But Nico starting to get warmed up now, showing us what he's capable of with the M4A4. Finishes the round off as well with the AK-47. Nice stuff as Faze final one back. Remember, though, that was an expensive round still. Losing 3 kills and only the first stage loss bonus now. They'll have to guarantee themselves to win this round. As you can see, investing every dollar they've got. Lose this is double eco territory. Mousesports, they definitely have a full buy here. The all power for Oscar once again. 4 AKs and a full array of utility as well. I'm sure they'll go back towards those outside smokes. Maybe just go with the classic version of it with Oscar picking outside first behind this red box. Up against Guardian. This will be an amazing matchup, let me tell you. 2 of the world's best AWPers going at it right now.
Rain in the garage, not willing to extend beyond and potentially give himself up to an angle that Oscar holds. Sticko's going to get above and make sure he's not pushed up to red this time either. All for position. Guardian to anchor at ramp with Olaf playing from Speedway. Essentially in the rotation position because he'll be able to cover off outside should Rain need the help as well. Later and later, they still manage to get the smokes down and get towards secret, but this time with a minute.
Attempting the lower split again, but Guardian changes up his position. He doesn't look like he's happy with one. Taking out Chris J, he wants a second bite of the cherry here. Gets blind, and that's a good choice. Fall back, get a defensive position now. You've found the advantage. No reason to give up the AWP.
This could be a good answer to it, though, however, because if they continue to push to Speedway, Rops is in position. Olaf's already rotated out, knowing that Sunny's gone by Rain. Problem is that Rops doesn't have anyone with him. They doubled down and perhaps Oscar pushed all the way through. They could have gone for a heaven take. They're relying on Rops to do this alone. He's gotten to the ladder. If he takes this, they're going to explode through hut. Karrigan has to be ready for it. He's looked away. Sunny's made movement. Sunny's made movement, and that gives Rops the answer. Oh! He's going in, and he's found Nico as well. That is so well done.
Rops just eviscerates 2 opponents at the top of the ladder, and that's going to be it. Round over. The positional control was just stellar there. Fantastic stuff from Mousesports. Sneaking in beneath the ladder, they had no idea. Carrigan kind of sensed it, was looking for about 5 seconds. The moment he looks away, of course, Robs flies up there. They have no information. Look at this timing. Carrigan, just as he moves away, out he comes, 180 to find Nico in his classic position above the hut as well. That's beautiful stuff from Robs and a key round for Mousesports. He's just completely disrupted the Faze defense now. They've got no money, no weaponry to bring into round number 9. That's huge.
Nico's kryptonite as well. They mentioned it. Statistically, playing against Mousesports, he's slightly less than what he normally achieves, so I think it was about a 5-point less rating in games against his former squad. Not that he played with all of these guys. Did play with Oscar temporarily in the first stint that he had on Mousesports, but Chris J certainly knows him well. He leads the way, however, this time, 11 kills. A timeout called, naturally. Of the gun rounds at this point, FaZe has 1, Mouse has 4.
Now bear in mind, this is a CT-sided map, and Mousesports losing the pistol to tie things up a 4-4, forcing FaZe into a potential double eco situation here. This is very promising now for the T side. They have come here to play today. It's all going to plan. The tactics are looking on point, the fragging's there. They're going up against FaZe, arguably the world's best team as Olofmeister pushes towards ramp. He manages to be taken down. Oscar with 2 kills there. This completely opens up the round with the AWP there.
Most kills in the event so far for Oscar. They have played more games than some of their opposition.
Went the full distance in round of 16.
Chris will work in. Guardian again wants to play slightly closer. Smoke off the headshot position, but still the railing exists. Goes for it. The smoke on one angle. Rops knows exactly where the other one is, so pre-aims and puts down Guardian quickly. Just Nico and Rain, and we're about to go into a situation where Mousesports takes the lead. They've done so well, tactically, methodically, taking over map control. Anticipating the CT's movements time and time again. They'll get the bomb plant down, just Nico remaining.
Nothing he can do with this one, I'm afraid. He's got the body armor and the Desert Eagle. He'll be lucky if he finds 1 kill here. Spots Sunny. Can't quite find the shot though. A clean sweep for Mousesports. As I mentioned, it's a probable double eco here for FaZe, so they won't be buying up into this round, I don't think. They'll be bringing PD50s, CZs once again, so another free run for Mousesports here. It was Oscar to find 2 kills towards the lobby at the very start. Very confident stuff. Have a look at the scoreboard while we're here. There's Nico. You'd assume he's near the top. He is indeed. 11 kills, 6 deaths. Second place, Rain, 8 for 7. The bottom is Carrigan, 1 and 7. Top for Mousesports, Rops, of course, with the plays he's been making. That's no surprise. 10 for 4. Sunny, 8. Oscar, 6. Those are the players you want at the very top of the scoreboard, man. That's how it should be operating. Looking very good for Mousesports so far.
Carrigan's the second player playing upstairs as well with Nico, by the way, so interesting to note. One's been having a great success and one's been struggling, and they've certainly lost the sight a few times. Oscar turning around, realizing that they were rushing out from radio room, does get caught off. Couldn't hit the op shot, but it won't matter. It's all for naught. Just pistols. Bomb already down. Olaf 1 versus 4. Try and do the best he can to force some reinvestment, force some guns down, maybe even pick one up for his own sake. Best case scenario at this point in time. There's the flames bursting as a way to mask his sound. Try and sneak in. You know, Stico's still up close. Reload done, though, so he can't capitalize on that. Hear the op up close, too, though. If he can bait a shot from it, it'd be lovely to try and get the op. He's going to go ahead and get an AK instead.
That's not too bad, considering it was pretty much a full eco there. FaZe pushing towards the lobby area. They find 1 kill in the form of Oscar. And luckily, they can't find the AWP, but they do manage to find an AK-47. You can't buy it on the CT side, so that still is beneficial. Players towards the ramp room should be using that. It means it's an angle you can hold on those hand railings and try and find the 1-bullet headshots there. And that's what we're looking for, and I'm sure it will be thrown over to a player like that.
You could actually tell there was some hints in what Olaf was trying to do. He actually wasn't looking for kills at all because he checked to see if Squeaky was open. That way he knew if someone was pushing him, he'd get the sound cue, and then just focused on what was going on with the clicking scope inside of HUD. He simply just wanted to sneak in and try and get the gun. They knew it went down in that position. So he does achieve that.
So indeed, Olofmeister playing the ramp room with the AK-47. Perfect, he'll be joined by Rain at the very start. But Oscar!
Oh, no.
He misses a sit-up there! He rushes out the hut! And back and forth frags come in. I will give the advantage towards Mousesports as Sunny chimes in as well, taking down the orb. That was a guaranteed kill for Oscar, but it might not matter. Olofmeister rotating in. The bomb is planted. This is so chaotic. You don't see this too often on Nuke. And leaving Sunny in a 2 versus 1. But both CD players are very low HP indeed.
Doable for Sunny. Nades toward Hut preemptively. They don't know that he's there. He's going to try and sneak in. Didn't spot Olaf on the edge of the smokes. Will this time. It's tagged to 41, or excuse me, to 66, but Rain's on 41, so he can actually still do this. He's tapped the bomb. He doesn't quite have the angle for the plant. Window becomes a possibility. Rain reads that. So does Sonny, just in the nick of time. He's just got to play exactly that.
Kits.
10 seconds. Sonny doesn't know that he's still on it. Rain gets off it thinking that he's going to be peeking, goes back in, and Sonny's got him down. And call it recovery because Oscar went in so aggressively with the op, but I'm still not sure how he missed.
It looked like he was dead on him. For his sort of standards, you'd expect that would be at a deadlock, but they still win the round. No harm, no foul, Matt. If they lose that round, he'd probably have a bit of a red face, but overall, an aggressive push out of the AWP, can catch players off guard. In he goes, finds the opening kill, or lack thereof, that his teammates get the trades, and it comes down to a 2 versus 1. Sonny there, cool as you like, manages to find the first low HP player, and you can see what a nightmare that was for Rain. Trying to fake out the bomb with the fake defusers there, but overall, no kid. That was always going to be such a nightmare. Sonny did not take the bait, and it will be 7-4 and another eco here for Faze. We'll call this one a partial buy with the scout, the CZ. There's a bit of body armor there, no nades, but this is looking very, very promising for Mousesports now.
Yep.
This is what they need to win this map. Winning out some big clutches like that, trading out frags effectively, sticking to their game plan with those defaults of the smokes outside, the variations, the fakes, the pincer plays. It's all coming in together quite nicely, I have to say.
Yeah, beautiful trades upper as well. Oscar may not go so fast this time.
It's the same play with Chris J in the Mac-10. So they'll try and choose the area they want to control. It could be the same smokes towards outside, get the Mac-10 down there. Could go back towards ramp like they did before, throw Chris J in with a flashbang, but he has got Olaf Meister waiting for him with the scout. Now, it's not as powerful as the AWP. It does require a headshot for a one-shot kill. And in this sort of angle, he might get the chance to show us of his capabilities as his teammate starts to push in.
Good shot out from Rain. Gets... Oh, he might get away from it. Just thought he was past the edge of the doorway, but the angle still existed, and Sonny just trades it back. Doesn't exactly do it at no cost, though. He's down to 29. Olaf's thinking he might get a chance at that. A sniff with a close angle. Oscar also is close. Looks to the back box. That's going to give Olaf easy shot on him. Pulls the scout. And if they pursue, they could have problems. Nade's going to go through. Olaf gets forward. Another tag. He's single-handedly pulling it because he's got Sonny as well. And look at the amount of damage he's inflicted. Just Sticko and Rops remain.
It was brilliant from Olaf Meister. You'd think he'd fall back there, but he knows he has to work hard, find a few more tags, and he's done significant damage to Mousesports now. 3-on-2. Rops 27 HP. Sticko just beneath 60. They have got 30 seconds. Time ticking away, though. I think CTs might have done this, you know.
Back toward the upper site instead. The Eagles certainly sufficient against the HP. As you said, the only spot it seems to know. Sticko as well, low HP. Rops goes down, just Sticko, 18 HP. 7 seconds, and he's tripping over the edge of the site. You used to be able to plant up there. They're going to deny that altogether.
Bit of a lifeline now for FaZe. It's Olaf Meister that finds it. The scout in hand, so much damage inflicted. I have to say, this is where we're starting to see some sloppy plays from Mousesports there. The fact Oscar's going towards the ramp room and no trade potential there, this is a nightmare. So Olaf Meister, sure, he might get this frag, but where is the backup? Why are they letting that AWP go down with no one there to trade the frag whatsoever? You've got time. You don't have to have 3 people watching the lobby. The fact that Oscar can go down about an instant trade is a real misplay there from Mousesports, I have to say. But going into round number 13, still plenty of money available on either side. FaZe Clan just winning. And Eco, of course, it's going to be Oscar going for the aggressive pick once again. He pushes through the flames. Can he hit the shot this time? Oh. Yes, he can! As his teammate steps up with him. It's going to be a clean sweep towards the upper bomb side. Just Guardian, who can't do anything about this, but maybe he can as he looks towards main entrance. Finds Rops, but finding himself in a 3 versus 1 now.
You got to love the confidence to go for that play again as well with an AWP through Hut. He nearly found Guardian right away as well because there was still 3 upper. He didn't realize it. He looked away too soon when the second one was called as down. He's trying to get away at this point, just buy himself some space. Shoulder bait because they're trying as well. Spotted on the mini-map. They sneak a player underneath. The fact that he's isolated this down to Sticko inside of the site, not gonna matter. His best efforts were to try and get to Hut at that point in time. 8-5, and Mousesports, we talked about Gambit's T-side. This is equally as good.
Yeah, excellent work. Nice change of pace there. They're dictating where this game is going. They've got the defaults, the fakes, the upper rushes, and as soon as Oscar has that spawn, you know he's taking it. pushing through the flames like a raging bull and finding the first shot. Didn't do it the first time around, but he certainly nailed that one. And it is going to be, I think, a full force buy from Faze. Yeah, they certainly need to post some rounds here. So CZ, they do have the AWP on Guardian, of course, saved in the previous round, and the M4 of Nico. So we'll see whether Oscar can find the first pick once again. Rob certainly can, takes down Nico. There's the M4 they had, that needs to be recovered. 5 on 4, Rob's down to 12 HP.
Good shot from Guardian, slow peek. He had the op carried over, or excuse me, wouldn't have expected it at all, excuse me, because that was bought up. He went down last round, so catches them off. That certainly does. Good shot toward Oscar. Getting desperate when you buy a single op, but Guardian up to the task. Olaf can do it with a scout. He thinks he can certainly do it with the AWP. Oh, I think he did. Okay. I was going to say, I think he just spotted the edge of him. He's just a bit slow to react. Down to 8 HP. That's going to put a lot of pressure on him to hit the shot. Chris takes care of it. Pops on 12. Molotov means that Olaf won't be able to get an angle as they walk to upper. Rain just picked up an AK. Chris has no idea that he's there, and he's got this absolutely! As Rain gets 3, Rops had no fight left with low HP. So a tactical buy of the op, shall we say, for Guardian.
Absolutely. Pays off, doesn't it? Finds 2 great kills there. Damage inflicted across the board, and Rain finally showing us that he is turning up to this quarterfinal as well. Faze can find another lifeline there. Remember, they've won 2 ecos now. One with the CZs and the Scout, now one with the AWP and the same lesser weaponry. So well played to Faze to keep the dream alive here. It was looking pretty grim at one point. They find enough to have weaponry here for round number 15, the last round of the first half. Rain with the AK-47. We talked about that play, having the more aggression with the CT side when you pick up the AK. There will be a chance now to take down Mousesports, going back to that outside execution once again with the smokes. 4 players head towards that area. It's just Rops who holds the lobby right now.
Interesting efforts by Rain to put a Molotov down, to slow them after they put the smoke out. Haven't seen anyone go for the denial Molotov in a long time. Shocks did that a few times. I think a couple people have.
Yeah.
You get it outside early, so it immediately ruins the bounce of the smoke. Nico is going to play dark. That gives them a chance in this as well, because immediately after the plant, Chris has to go right or left. Only 2 ways he can go. It's it wrong. Anticipating. Doesn't get the kill. Not low, however. Strengthen the retake. That won't. Sunny getting Rain down immediately. Brings us level, and Kerrigan forced out by a Molotov, buys a lot of space. On top of it, Sunny, he's found Nico and Olaf, who goes back in. Kerrigan knows he has to go. He jumps through the hot flames. And unfortunately, there's not further. Oh, I take it back against what I was just saying. There's not much further to go. He does still get taken down. 9-6 Mousesports. 1 gun round for Faze, and that was a defusal. That's how dominant this half really was for Mousesports.
Yeah, absolutely. They win the pistol and get the 3-0 in favor of Faze, but overall, that was a Mousesports half. I have to say, they look like the better team. Everything was on point there. They made a couple of mistakes against the pistols, sure, but overall, the rifle round's very good. The calling was great. Good variation of strategy. Really enjoyed that from Mousesports. They certainly set the tone now and set a challenge for Faze as they switch over to the T side as well. We'll have a look at their buys as they start to come through. 3 sets of armor. It will be Kerrigan. It's usually the in-game leaders that carry the utility. We'll have the smoke, flashbang, HE grenade, Guardian. Oh my lord, he's got the Desert Eagle, man. On Nuke, you assume he goes towards outside, but that is audacious buy. A 1-shot kill weapon. Very difficult to handle in a pistol round. It's a very specialist purchase.
Interesting that Guardian's the one to do it as well. We used to see Nico run this tactic. Most commonly, I think he ran it when he was in Mousesports, interestingly enough, so.
Yeah, you're right.
They'll take the 2 minutes that's allocated at halftime. And get back underway. Which the vote just occurred to do so. So 9-6, swap it over. Mousesports could steal away map 1. Remember, it was 16-14 last time these 2 teams played a grand final.
Okay, round by round, let's go.
On this map. I've spent a little more, aside from the 1 round with the scout, been a little more quiet in this game as well. Keep in mind, he's only got 7 kills, which is not a whole lot for a man of his caliber.
Get into the second half. Here we go then. Forces of armor on the CT side. It's Olaf Meister to head towards ramp. And as we said, Guardian with that Desert Eagle outside, trying to find the opening kills here. It's a very tall order. And we'll actually inflict a little bit of damage there, but no headshots coming in just yet. Sunny will strike first and take him down.
Back off from the doorway. Smoke out, can't make the jump toward the vent. So with that, he's got to leave his team to fight for themselves. He's going to have to lurk down late. Bomb is planted, Rain. He'll hold the control stairs, but he knows they're all working together. He can hear multiple sets of feet trampling toward the decontamination room. So Kerrigan above. He's worked his way down toward the vent. Nico's inside of the toxic doorway. Olaf's got right side peek with him. They'll go. Nico gets one back. Rain finds another. Olaf went down, but that was fine because he took away the aggro and allowed Nico the position. A jostle over the door. After you, no, I insist, after me. And Nico will take down the final kill. Phase with both pistols are bringing themselves back into this at 9-7.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun there with the squeaky door being used. Chris J trying to push his way through. A full defuse attempt there on the lower bomb site. Almost successful. We see Nico panicking a little bit there. The silenced USP. If you don't find the kill in the first 5 bullets or so, can be a little bit scary for him. But he does manage to take it down, holding towards that toxic room. The lower plant successful there after losing the first pick. Faze now winning both pistols, Matt. And we'll see almost certainly a force buy from Mousesports with 5-7s, Deagles, and a scout for Chris J. We'll see if he can open things up here. Olaf Meister certainly with some great form with this particular weapon in the first half. We'll see if he can deliver it once again.
So will be held passive, expectedly. Rifles brought up. Rain hasn't exactly gone aggressive as of yet. He's actually the one holding the bomb.
This looks like another execution. You see the Molotovs deployed for on top of the hut. Maybe just above that as well. Completely flush out the CTs.
Oscar's lucky he decided to go down the vent when he did. But down they'll go. Rain to lead. Rain, remember, did have the bomb temporarily, Guardian. Come back immediately. Try and control Heaven with some nades. Smoke as well. Guardian picks it up on the way by, and he'll go for the immediate plant. Olaf just has to watch backside for him. Oscar still with a slight angle, but Nico reads that perfectly. And they'll re-smoke off main entrance, even though it's just Sunny left. Take no chances. Strength and everything. Gonna need the money to go against Mouse the way they've been playing.
Just Sunny remaining. Holding up for any sort of exit frag he can find. If he could get a weapon at the end of the round and survive, that would be great, albeit very unlikely. This is Faze presumably tying things up. It will be a full eco for Mousesports going into the next round. So Sunny just holds up. As Faze can deploying a bit of tactical prowess there. So the Molotovs, the flashbangs come through. Nico with 2 kills. Same story for Olaf Meister. And we'll see if they can take down Sunny here eventually. They'll all exit through the lobby, so he'll get no action here. He'll be able to keep his Deagle for the next round. And indeed his armor as well. He actually purchased a helmet there. So that's actually beneficial for himself. No reason just to throw it away for no reason. Getting closer to tying things up once again. Remember, Faze with both pistols now, converting both of them to 0-3s. So, with that sort of stat, you'd expect him to win the map, but Mousesports, I have to say, have looked like the better squad overall in the gun rounds. So, full eco here. Oscar will purchase it as Eagle as well. That's going to make sure his chances of the AWP are almost 0 now. But like we said, you don't need the AWP. It will be Chris J actually on the CT side that might use it more. So watch out for that. They can't actually buy one right now. Unless they get 2 kills somehow with default weaponry. That's not a bad start. Sunny and Oscar finding headshots to the Deagle.
It's incredible. It's going to slow Olaf down as well. He was thinking about dropping back down to the main entrance, but knew that Oscar was still there and he was suddenly on his own. Nico doesn't have the angle to support that. Good kill to get one back immediately, but this has definitely slowed Faze.
Yeah, absolutely.
Olaf still trying to get angles. They know exactly where he is. Oscar, another find. Kerrigan down. It's just Nico and Olaf left, and Olaf's got to go aggressive. He's fallen off of the main hut. Continues to push. Oscar wants to try and peek it late. Further information. They don't need to take the duel. Chris doesn't need to get caught out in that position either, so he falls back smartly.
I thought this round was a lock-in. The fact they only had 2 Deagles and 3 players on default weaponry. Mousesports should not be winning this round. Olaf Meister doing everything in his power right now to eradicate that risk as he finds yet another headshot. Rops goes down. Now a 2-on-2. It's looking more promising now for Faze. Olaf on 32. 3 kills in total. He'll go towards the lower bomb site. Sticko and Oscar need to read this play.
Not set for it as of yet.
No, Oscar's towards the lobby. Sticko beneath Heaven. So unlikely they win this now unless Oscar can rotate very quickly.
I think Sticko's, exactly. If Sticko was trying to watch towards Secret and didn't spot that they actually made it, he still thinks they're outer, so Oscar was waiting for that call and he isn't going to get it. They'll know now. He'll hear the Molotov. They might as well go. They don't have a lot of investment. They've already made this awkward. Good job from Olaf to pull this back. More damage done, though. He's down to 19. Oscar wants to take advantage of the smoke and the plan happening. find the angle. Nico takes out Stico, and at this point, I think it's all for naught. Great effort, great recovery from Olaf. Honestly, need to go this far to begin with. We just talked about how desperate they were going to be for cash to try and keep this in contention the whole way through the half, no matter what happens. And Oscar tries to just get away at that point in time. They'll at least win out the round on the Faze side, 9-9.
Yeah, well, a little bit too close for comfort there. 2 kills coming in the very start of the round. Mousesports set the tone. Deagle shots from Oscar and Sunny. 5-on-3. Recovery mode from Olaf Meister saves the day, though. And indeed, they do find 9-9. But their money is kept very fragile. As we go into round number 19, the game really begins here. As I mentioned, there's done... Oh, Chris J actually buys a scout on the first gun round. I did not expect that. I was about to say, you won't see an AWP going to this one. I didn't think he'd purchased a lesser sniper. So this is only really purchased on ecos or anti-eco rounds. And we'll see whether he can make anything happen here in the first gun. Actually hits Rain, looking to convert it with the HE grenade. I don't think it lands as Rain decides to fall back, but at least he is controlling that area.
That's about as close, I think, as you could possibly be to a headshot without getting one. Just below his chin, that's a headshot. Down goes Guardian. Robs is there as well. They've got the crossfire set bomb. He's dropped forward of the doorway, which means Olaf has to go aggressive just to get it back. He's on 3 HP, and the repeat comes out just as he'd run out of ammunition. So Chris gets the kill on just a pistol. Down to Rain. He's got outside. He's wrapped around. You normally think this would be a brilliant position, but not in these circumstances, I'm afraid.
That was so good from Chris J. Does the damage outside, read to play towards ramp, finds 2 kills after already inflicting damage. And now he finds the AWP. What a brilliant play that was. I had my doubts, but I take them all back. Rain, yes, pretty much impossible situation for him. Less than a minute. And Chris J with the AWP finds his 3rd kill of the round. The in-game leader stepping up for Mousesports there. Phenomenal scenes. His Robs are playing the round from so well there. That's how you play it. 1 kill, reposition. Wait for the back of your teammates. He realizes that Chris J's taking all the aggro away from the CT entrance. He gets another chance to strike it there, and they crossfire perfectly. There's ducking and weaving, playing off each other, and the scout hitting absolutely everything.
It's a great angle to play as well. Backside of that railing. It's not common. It's even harder to hit. He did super well to hit the first shot. It's even harder to hit it because you have less timing than when you play it close to the box. But the fact that he had Chris rotating into Speedway, they could play it together as a result. Well executed. Chris now with the AWP picked up and carried over. Launching toward outer. Has Oscar to watch up close, but they get to him before he's ready. Not anticipating perhaps that they were going to be so quick on the wrap, and that means that Stico's got to go aggressive toward Hut. He cannot contain them. Self-preservation as it was attack, fight fire with fire, but went down before the wrap even came in behind him. So Rops and Sunny look to do damage at this point in time.
Yeah, not really much they can do with this one. Very fast approach there from Faze. Good smokes outside. Finding the opening kill. Chris J can do nothing about it. His teammate going down a main entrance with no kills. Also, they had a chance at the lineup, but this is looking like a clean sheet in round number 20 for Faze. Just Sunny remaining now in the vent. No chance of winning. If you had a kit, maybe you could ninja the defuse, but that's not going to be the case here at all. And Olaf Meister, 2 kills in total. Finds the AWP once again. Be handing it off. Sunny probably finds his kill on Rain, I would say. Or maybe not. Great shot. And they will find all 5 kills there. The bomb does explode, and Mousesports save absolutely nothing. But it seems like a tactical timeout might be called at this stage. It's going to be Mousesports with about $3,500 on average per player. They won't take the timeout. They'll just take the full eco by the looks of things. UMP for Oscar, though. He has spent a lot of money here, Matt. Down to $1,000.
Yeah, now they've got the timeout.
So yeah, now let's take the timeout and work out what the hell we're doing with this one.
That seems interesting that you called it. With the fact that they weren't going with the timeout, I was with you on that one. I was thinking they're totally going to save it and try and carry it over. Chris is in a great position financially, but no one else on the team really is. And you said it. I mean, going, especially Oscar, your primary AWP player, going on to the UMP. That's it. Chris does, as you mentioned, play it quite a bit on this map as well.
On the CT side, he will be the main offer, yeah.
Yeah, and he's got the money for it.
Well, this is weird.
It's make or break. I mean, it's still 10-10, remember?
I didn't think they'd purchase into this one, but it looks like they're making the Hail Mary play. UMP for Oscar, Sunny with the M4A4. Like you said, Chris J can certainly buy the AWP. This is, oh, it goes to the scouts again? This guy, he had like 5K. He could have bought the orb. Sure, no armor, no nades, but the scouts, there's not many players that make that call. He's probably
especially
one of the few
where he's got
snipers
one
that'll do
M4 with him and 3 other SMGs. Let the SMGs pick them apart.
Absolutely. But he opted for the utilities. He only played with the fuse kit, so maybe that's what they were looking for.
It's essentially all in at this point then for Mousesports, 10-10. CT side as well. We know how hard it is to recover economy on the defense. Guardian's going to slide all the way up past Red Clay. Oh, the timing of that flash. Muscle memory in the flick was slightly off to begin with. Apparently, it's slightly off again.
Yeah.
2 in a row he's missed on the right side flick.
Yeah, Guardian, there we go. Finally nails the shot, takes down Chris J. That's the scout eradicated. 5 on 4, early pick, so they don't have to overcommit here. Wait for the CTs to react, and they try to get a pick towards Squeaky there. Oscar down to 18 HP, as you can see, towards that upper bomb site. Now things become very problematic for Mousesports. 1 M4, almost no grenades now. A single flashbang remains. The kit's dropped outside. Robs needs to work out where he's going to go with this one. Looks like ramp is where Faze will finish up. Olofmeister hands over his AK-47. He's a low HP player, 30 points of health, so he'll be happy to go down and get information for his team.
Have to swing around.
Deploying flashbang.
And already holding off right side, vent cleared by Kerrigan. Rotations are in. Oscar's tagged early. You almost have to commit to it. If you're going to commit to the buy, you've got to commit to at least the return on the investment of SMGs. And deny the bomb. And plant it from Toxic. Good find for Stiko to at least get Rain back. Gives him a better chance. Still, Nico's gone as well. Sonny's done well with the M4. He's the only one with the full rifle, but Oscar's found by Olaf. That'll at least alert them to the fact that he's in the vents, and they want to try and push him back. Sonny just does it directly. Even if he'd forced him out to the hallway, they were ready in position with the MP9, but they still have to find the AWP, and Guardian nails the shot to decontamination, and Sonny's had enough. He's gone. He's got armor, he's got an AK. He was the one with the M4 to begin with, but save what he can, salvage what he can, and Faze will take back the lead at 11-10.
Comes down to 2 versus 1. Better than what I expected with the buy. I still don't agree with that. I think Mousesports, especially with 5K and Chris J, bring out that AWP. At least you can try and carry the round at that point. Get him on catwalk, something like that. Try and find as much as you can. The scout just didn't ring true for me whatsoever. It was a couple of missed shots from Guardian to open things up, but overall, once he found that kill, it looked very good. Olofmeister in first with the low HP. He patrols the vent, stops the rotations. And sure, it's an expensive round for Faze, but they know they're up against a full eco now. Mousesports can't really do much with this. Yes, they had the saved AK and body armor. They'll get some upgraded pistols, but they have to take the eco here.
So off in toward lobby. Once again playing passive angle. Got the support from Chris, but he's looked back toward outside at this point in time. Sonny has to be the magic man in this.
I'm throwing a flashbang.
Just playing upper as well, which is a safe position, but an angle that's often looked to for trades immediately as Nico starts to clear outside. Chris is well back. Oscar stays passive as well down below.
It's round not impossible. Sonny, capable of finding kills with the AK-47 in the upper bomb site. This is where he'll make his gamble and see whether he can find a couple of kills. That would be enough. Take the attention away, allow the Deagles to get stuck in. Oscar, an absolute beast with this gun. Trying to listen out for any sort of sound cues he can. So look up towards the silo, see if he can get a pinpoint on their position right now. 45 seconds remaining. Olofmeister getting some control towards the ramp.
Oh, very slow reaction from Olaf.
Very slow.
Not sure if he was caught looking at teammates' monitor, radar. Either way, caught out by the pistol. Not run forward to collect that gun yet, but now he will because he knows they're wrapping it through lobby, and that means he's going to be hot on their heels. Good find from Kerrigan to make space. Sonny down as well. It is all on Rops, and he actually elected to go back. My mistake. I thought he was just going to push through based on getting the gun. But he wants to surprise them, and that he has certainly done. He's got Guardian as well. Low HP. Oh my God!
This is not looking good for Faze. These rounds are scrappy. Why is no one watching towards heaven? They're both crawling around on the floor, spraying AKs and giving the positions up. I have no idea why they were so sure Robs was towards main entrance. He almost won that round. That would have been a disaster for Faze. They'd have to take a pause and just chill the hell out there. Sonny did so much damage. He found 1 kill, but he inflicted a lot. 3 versus 1, and Robs was 1 bullet away from finishing that one off. 12-10, and still another weak buy from Mousesports. That force previously really did hurt them. 12-10 down, upper rush for the looks of things. Guardian try and find the first pick towards main entrance. Burns though, and it's up to Sticker to defend with the UMP. Gets 2 kills, 3 in total as Sonny chimes in as well. But it's just back and forth now, a flurry of frags on the scoreboard. Just Guardian remains as Sticko gets 3 in total with the SMG.
What a shot from Guardian back toward lobby as they push through. Sticko, you're right. Excellent job, but Guardian still alive in this. AWP has to rotate all the way around to try and get the bomb back. It's upstairs, it's on the ground. And he's going to take the natural rotation to get above that. With the op to control the angle, it's a possibility.
He's got his work cut out for him here. AWP, certainly not the ideal weapon. He has got all the nades though, 44 HP. CZ in hand right now, just trying to find a CT out of position.
Don't know how I feel about the timing of this. Could catch Sticko off. I don't think they're going to expect him to come from this direction. Sticko's at least considering outside, so it does work out for Guardian. And it's down to op versus op. Bomb still not in his possession.
This is a problem for Mousesports. They had to play that together. Two in the upper bomb side would have been absolutely fine. Stay away from those choke points. You're not going to out-duel Guardian there. And the fact he gets taken down with no sort of trade potential, that is disappointing. But still, lovely work from Guardian. 30 seconds remaining now. Up against Chris J. He's also got the AWP.
Playing this about as clever as he can. Chris has given up the bomb.
He's in the fence with the AWP. That is not ideal. He can get out though once the bomb is planted.
Guardian's not gone for it. Guardian, oh
God.
My goodness, he's read it. Now Chris knows that he's not on the plant because of that, which gives him some time. He knows he's going to be going back to plant and having pushed him back and tries to take advantage. And it's down to op versus op up close, and Chris, he wins the duel. Mousesports get number 11.
Unbelievable scenes there. Chris J with balls of steel flying up the vent there, knowing Guardian's ready and waiting for him. It was Sticko that got them into that amazing position, but it certainly wasn't easy. 1 versus 1 at the end, and Chris J playing phenomenally right now. Does manage to win out with a close range AWP. Bayonets Guardian, and it will be 12-11 now. Once again though, CTs will win the round map, but one player survives. The bomb keeps going down for Faze. They can keep buying here with the AK-47s. UMPs for Masses once again. Chris J with the saves. AWP though doing absolutely phenomenal in the last round. Just to know, Sunny, 25 kills, man. That isn't bad at all.
Very solid all the way through. Smokes outside early. Full bounce. Not sure if there's a gap at all, but it may not matter because they're not going to try and use it. Position-wise, it could. Oscar's blinded off and forced back to support Sticko. They've gotten through Squeaky. They've traded out Oscar immediately. Sticko gets one back, but he's got the AK picked up. And Sunny has supported it with an M4. Suddenly it's down to just Nico. And he's outside, well removed again from where the bomb is sitting.
Very fast upper pincer there from Faze, focusing on the lobby in the outside area with the smokes deployed, leaving Nico in a 3 versus 1. It's Sunny, Sticko once again. Great work at the upper bomb side. This time got the AK-47, but never discount Nico in these situations, Matt. Give him an inch and he'll take a mile every single time. Mousesports have shown weaknesses in these sort of rounds, and if Nico just gets one kill, they're going to start wondering whether he's got it in him to actually go the full distance here. Less than a minute remaining, but he has got the Molotov and 2 flashbangs. If he uses that Molotov towards the vent, he might be onto something.
Money desperately low on both sides.
He's going to do it.
All important for Nico. Spots him and now definitely will do it. Not a gamble anymore, it's a guarantee. Sunny extinguishes it immediately. 4D chess. He can now hold the position and Nico can do nothing about it, at least yet, as he continues to work in. It's going to be a triangulated position. He's going to check rafters above. He plays that position, but he gets caught up looking for it. I would have thought he at least peeked silo first. Sticko denies, and it's broken down the economy of Faze to tie the game on 12.
Yeah, Sticko there in that one and done position, but luckily for him, only has to find one target. Overall, great work from Stick in the last couple of rounds. Really testing the mental fortitude of Faze right now. They take things 12-12. I assume this is going to be an eco now for Faze. We just noticed Sunny on a high amount of frags. Nico, 26 as well. Carrigan, 5 and 18. That's a very quiet game from him. The in-game leader on the other side, Chris J, currently sits at 14 kills, 17 deaths.
Sticko to push up immediately to bounce the nade back through. Sunny outside.
Wow.
Quick, concise, and easy to get 3. 3 in that position, so we'll slow down a little bit while Kerrigan and Olaf sort themselves and figure out if they've got any argument in this at all. With clocks, no armor, hard to imagine that they might. You said Sunny's been playing hot. He's got a chance to get a few more. Bomb goes down, Kerrigan with it.
Wants the ace.
He could get all 5.
Oh, come on.
Chris. I expected the boost to come out there. I almost threw it myself. How dare you ruin our fun, Chris? Doesn't matter, they've got the round, that's all that matters. 13-12 now, Mousesports. And Faze, with the 3rd round loss bonus, will buy immediately back in.
13-12. We did say at the beginning this map will go the distance. It did last time at the ECS finals with Mousesports actually picking it up 16-14. That is still very much on the cards. 5 AKs once again for Faze. AWP for Chris J and Sticko doing such good work. That UMP, he's even got 6K in the bank. He opts to keep it. Managed to drop weapons to his teammate. Rob's interesting enough. MP9 with plenty of money to buy. The M4. Using that USP as well, not even the upgraded pistols. So they're being very frugal with their purchases here.
Grenade out. Flashbang. Throwing flashbang.
Guardian to hold off. Frugal's a word for it. Sonny's going to rotate around as well. Rob's playing a different angle, so Sonny to play
Flashbang.
off of him. Together again toward ramp.
Oscar, that was brave.
That was very brave. Gets away with it, though. Not even any damage inflicted. Sonny does support Robs. Makes a lot of sense as well when you consider the MP9 can run a gun once he takes the aggro away. Guardian's going to back off. A little more aggression toward outside. Some utility expended either way. Smoke's down. Chris versus Nico. Tantalizing prospect, and Chris times it perfectly. Knows that Nico's going to be tunneled out behind red. He's going to rotate as well. He's going to try and be dynamic. Rops finds two exactly when the aggro was stolen. That was by design. Sonny trades back off. It's perfect until such time they get caught out being too aggressive against Kerrigan.
Kerrigan is famous for winning these sort of clutches, man. When he needs to step up and he's having a quiet game, all of a sudden he wins these sort of rounds. 30 seconds remaining, trying to bait out the players around him. Unfortunately, they don't take the bait straight away. This is almost guaranteed lost. I probably won't build this up too much, but he does take
Good
down
read.
Sonny. We might be back onto something.
Great read. Knew that he heard him coming up the ladder and stopped. He knew he was stopping because the timing was at the front of the site. He's tapped out now 3 times. Get the headshot onto Oscar, give him a chance, but it's Mousesports now within 2 of map 1. Remember, we have Cash and Train coming up immediately after. Like Train might be required at this point in time.
Going towards ramp, and just as I call out Rob, so only having the MP9, he had 4K in reserve. Could have pulled the M4. He makes the MP9 work and then some. 2 kills in the back. They overlook his angle, and touching distance now of closing out the first map. 14-12. The test begins for Faze. What are they going to bring to the table here in round number 27? It won't be a full investment, I can tell you that much. It's going to be CZs, P250s, some armor. They're leaving themselves around the $2,000 mark. Looking for that maximum loss bonus. They'll get it next round, so they can afford a partial buy here. These rounds certainly viable, especially a map like Nuke has a snowball effect. You get towards ramp, for example, find an AWP or an M4, get the bomb down towards lower, then you have a real chance here. They've got 4 smokes from what I can see, meaning we'll probably see an outside execution here. Try and get down towards the secret steps and see if they can get anything going towards that area.
Aggressive outside immediately. Smoke's already down. Sonny's forced back inside big. Surprised Chris doesn't actually spot the fact that the smoke was gone. He was tunnel visioned in, he was scoped in. So Guardian taking him down is going to create more space for the speed. Play so far. Kerrigan's tagged up. He wants some calling for support for Nico to rotate back. Good rotation, Oscar. 1 HP though.
Yeah, how has he survived that one? Takes a season to the face, and it gets him! He burns alive! Kerrigan finds the 4th frag, and it will be Sticko, and Rob's now up against him.
How amazing is that? 1 HP first tick. Hits, spreads instantly. Sticko's gone as well. Faze. They might win another eco in this game. That'll be the 3rd.
Absolutely. How do they keep doing this? As we said, though, all it takes is that first kill, then the snowball effect turns into an avalanche, as Rob's now left in a 4 versus 1. The Molotov just touches Oscar there. That was so unlucky for him. Tried to fall back, but he took 1 tick of damage. And that's all it took. Robs will not be winning this round.
Just to watch the ladder. As he wants to hang on to the guns. We go back to within 1 round between the 2 of them.
Throwing the flashbang.
Flash to see if they can catch him scurrying away. There's no real need for them to pursue this M4. They can definitely afford to send Nico. Nico doesn't have a gun, so that's fine. The rest might as well hold on to theirs because it's been tight the whole way through. He wants the AK. Ball moved it, but he still gets there.
Yeah, still gets it absolutely fine. Remember, that's a partial buy victory for Faze. That gets them right back in the game. They get a ton of money now. They left themselves about $2,000. They've managed to pick up plenty of weaponry there, as they have AKs, M4s, AWPs. Nico wielding the orb this time. I assume he has a very good spawn. We'll track his journey. He does indeed. So Nico has the best spawn available on the T side. He might go for an Oscar-style play here, so follow him.
aggressive. He's definitely pushing through. Olaf's behind him. He goes immediately to the door, open and looking toward the entrance. Oh, he lags Oscar. A good choice to jump across. That will have dividends later on in the round because he's on an AK, not an AWP. So 15 HP makes it very difficult to take the duels. Certainly makes utility a factor as well when they try and flood toward the upper site, if they flood toward the upper site. So far, they've backed off, bomb down intentionally. And they'll continue to try and play into an advantage.
Nice work there from Nico. Trying to keep things dynamic. Realized he had the good spawn. Went for the squeaky door pick there. Actually nails the shot, but Oscar gets legged. Gives your back to Guardian. That makes sense. And there's a lot of players on the Faze side that are capable of the AWP. So you'll see a lot of that as this best of 3 develops. They have taken damage himself. See, Olaf Mice taking 52 points of damage at the very start from an HE grenade. The door has been blown out. CT's holding up. Chris J, as we said, AWP on the CT side here. Towards those secret steps, trying to shut down any sort of execution. He's got a lot of information there. He's called that no one's actually committing to these smokes. They won't be coming in late. They've already deployed them. So towards Upper they go, but the CT should be well aware.
Oscar flashed off with Molotovs down for Seiko. He's completely blind. Somehow, he and Sunny still managed, I guess through the flames, of course, to take down Olaf. He's brought himself space. He's brought Oscar even more because Oscar goes back out, bomb goes down. Nico's trying to sneak in. Nothing he can do. Map point for Mousesports.
Absolutely, map point. That was really well played. Enjoyed that a lot. As I said, Chris J doesn't get a ton of kills there, but he gets all the information towards those secret steps, and that's a bit of a blunder from FaZe. The fact they're not sending anyone towards secret, they're just hoping they haven't read that information. They haven't got aggressive at all, but Chris J gives the call. Oscar, Robs, Sunny all holding towards upper there, and Oscar especially with 15 HP. As we saw, he got legged at the very start. He changes position. He gets in the rafters there, jumping up on the hut, making sure he gets in a position where he's guaranteed at least 1 kill. He manages to stay alive for so long, strikes at the perfect time towards the vent, and makes that AK-47 work for him, and manages to find map point here on D-Nuke. The first map of our best of 3. FaZe on the ropes now. Remember, they did win an EK before, so they do have enough for at least a buy. Won't be the best. 2 CZs, 2 AK-47s, and it will be Guardian with his legendary AWP. One final pause as we get into round number 29. This is it, the crescendo of the first map. Sticko and co playing very well the upper bomb side towards the latter stages of this half.
Guardian toward Squeaky once more.
Grenade out.
Trying to get the lineup instant. Smoked off, can't do much with it. He's not going to open this, he's refusing. Oscar's going to sneak in behind as well, so when that door does open, the AK becomes menacing, more promising. Skylights to be blown out. Nico upstairs. We'll throw one of the 2 Molotovs. Kerrigan, you'd expect, would be the one to do it, but he with the CZ wants to go in early to get information. He's done better than that. Smoke down. And they may not commit to this. The 1 single kill will cause exactly what we talked about, movement for the CTs, and they'll exploit the rest of the map as a result. They may flash off Rops toward Speedway, but look how quick Rain is on the case. Good recovery from Rops, because he had no idea that to his left, they'd snuck that far forward, and they recover the round. This could be it. Olaf and Guardian to try and salvage anything that's left in this game. Crowd loves
he's committed suicide.
Sunny.
What? He jumped off and cratered.
Of all times to do this.
No.
Not what you want to do with Guardian and Olaf left, and Guardian's going to take down Chris to 19. Olaf slips in. Oscar's found. This could turn. Sunny committing suicide might be enough for them, and Olaf knows the upstairs is open because of that as well, and he will get the bomb plant down. They'll rotate as fast as they can, but he might have one up them because Chris on low HP allows Olaf to take him from window and control inside of Squeaky, and Rops realizes the situation, the gravity, quite literally, that changed this round.
How has this happened? I've never seen anything like it. A lock-in. It seemed like it was done. I was ready to wrap this map up, but out of nowhere, Sunny just disappears off the server. 2 versus 1 now for Robs. He's got nothing left in this round. He has no kit, no nades, no information, and that's it. FaZe keep the dream alive here somehow against the odds in a 4-on-2 situation. It felt like it was all done.
Unbelievable.
He has to watch on and let this round slip by the wayside. What happened there to Sunny? It must have been transitioning towards the vent.
Jumps off.
He jumps. Oh, he hit the roof.
He missed. He
no,
did.
that's
He missed
such a blunder. What's he done that for? You don't need to jump. You can just walk off and get towards the hut. I think he assumed it was done. What was he doing?
Yeah, that
makes no
sign's
sense.
pretty accurate. I'd clip that.
Yeah. Unbelievable scenes.
So 30 rounds we go again.
If they lose now, Matt, oh God. That's going to be a full tilt going to map number 2. Timeout, yes, take it.
And such a great game Sonny's played as well. He's up to 33 kills.
It would mean nothing if they lost now. Oh, he's going to be on the edge right now. It's going to be very difficult to recover from. They need to make sure they calm him down and say, it's fine, we've still got this. They still can close it out in regulation. We go to overtime, though, and Faze win there. They've already made this mistake at ECS Finals. They had Faze where they wanted one map up, and then it went to overtime with a huge lead. Here we go, round number 30. Let's see if it's got any more surprises left in this game. And this quarterfinal's just warming up. There will be AW teams on either side as Olofmeister goes towards the ramp. Guardian trying to work the outside pick once more.
Pushed off the angle, but no damage. No threat impending. Chris, very passive this time. He knows that Faze is up the pace considerably in the last 3 or 4 rounds, so he's timid to get toward the stairs. Great position to be in with an AWP, mind you. First clear silo. And be ready for red. No smokes down. Is that innocuous or not? Because every other time they have smoked it, and they don't have much more vision. Sonny's still playing outside to cover and converge with Chris on the cross. Let him know if they are working that position, but he doesn't want to go for a dry peek with nothing, no utility, nothing to deter the T's from holding the angle in return. Back over to ramp instead. Rops continues to play variations of angles. This is about the 4th one or 5th one he's played on a set piece. Smart from Rain. Ducks under it, but he hits Guardian perfectly. Can back off. Rotation towards Speedway is not there this time, however. And he's stuck in the open.
Back, but he makes it work, Matt. How's he done that?
I'm very surprised that he didn't go all the way back. You're right, because he doesn't have, as we said, Sonny in position immediately to get trade kills. So still manages to get one. Oscar will get his way toward control room. Bomb is being held, and Rain misses a shot he absolutely had to nail. Kerrigan at least gets time because of it to get away, but it's he and Nico to hold this off. Oscar's low. All he needs to do at this point is to find out where Kerrigan is. He spotted his foot. He'll go back for an easy kill.
Here we go then, it's Nico coming in, the backlines takes down Chris J. All of a sudden it's flipped around once again. 2 versus 1, the world's best player up against it to stay in the game. They'll go for the fake defuse, but Nico not taking the bait. Can he finish things off? Yes he can, we're going to overtime. Oh my God.
In the flames as well. He dies after the kill, but it doesn't matter. We reset everything, and we've got overtime. How fitting that it's Nico against his old team. Welcome to the playoffs, Chris. Welcome to the playoffs, Nico. Let's do it again.
Absurd. What have we had in the last few rounds? 4-on-2 situations. Sonny jumping off the rafters to his death. And then Nico, of course. What fitting way to get to overtime than him winning out a round like this, standing in the flames, laughing at his opposition. That's Mousesports out of this now. They're going to be full tilt. They need to hold it together. They don't look happy about this whatsoever. It should have been their game map. It was a lock-in. I was ready to close it all up. I was getting the speech ready. There we go.
Kerrigan loves it. Yeah, absolutely. He's still slightly behind the others, only 5 behind Oscar, to be fair. Oscar's been really quiet, considering we talk about him having the most amount of kills in this tournament up to this point. Obviously, Chris has been on the op primarily. Fast smokes this time. Aggressive. They're going to spot Sonny. He's trapped in the corner. There's nowhere to go. No way out of the corner except for a flash, and what a flash it is! He goes back out. Nico has to trade it, but 2 for 1. In a situation where he was a caged rat. It's not bad for a small mouse.
Well, 4 versus 3 now. Lovely work from Sonny. Seems to have recovered from the earlier blunder. A lot of work here to do still as Chris J moves towards a ramp from. You feel like he's got this kill locked in, but the timing is just absurd. How has he fallen back the second Olofmeister helps himself towards the ramp? Nico patiently waits as Sticko finds yet another kill. Another 4-on-2 situation, but this has never stopped Faze before.
So Nico's going to work it very slowly, the same 2. Trying to clutch out many rounds. Kerrigan and Nico to win out the last one to get us here, but trying to clutch out many rounds. And did clutch out against the round where Sonny unfortunately fell to his death. This time I don't think they'll get quite the helping hand from above. Nico does still have some position to work with. Just going to try and converge with him if he can get down ramp cleanly.
It's getting very tense now. Nico knows he just finds that one kill. An opening is all he needs. Olofmeister makes noise towards the ramp. Nico ready in decon. Doesn't spot the opponent just yet. I don't feel like they can do this. This kill could decide it. Rox finds Olofmeister. 10 seconds remaining. Nico's good. But surely he can't deliver here. He starts to find the kills. It's 7 seconds remaining. Surely not going to happen. And thankfully for Mousesports, he does get taken down, but it wasn't the cleanest of finishes there. Time on their side, they could justify another player going for him there, but certainly got very scary indeed. It'll be Mousesports to pick up the first round of overtime. I can't even believe we're here. It should have been a Mousesports map.
The fact that he isolated that down one-on-one was fair play in its own right. I thought Rops was going to get him without even getting that far. Doesn't matter that they sacrificed that many, as you said, it inconsequential to money in overtime. This is so close.
Yeah, what a beast.
Talk about impact. Single-handedly stepping up.
What's going on here? Are we calling a timeout, technical?
Haven't seen anything pause up in the server at this point in time, but no one's moving on either side, so I'm assuming yes.
Yeah, well, it looks like I think maybe the comms of the coach there. You can see them using something in the back. So this might be a technical timeout from Mousesports. A chance to catch our breath, Matt. What has just happened? I've never seen anything like it. A crater in that position. Sure, if he was coming out of heaven and rotating and there was like a massive panic, he lost like 4 HP, he was like 1, he had 55 HP, I think, or something. He jumped off the rafter, pressed space, jumped off, and landed on the bomb site floor. You do not need to jump in that position. You just walk off on top of the hut, you take no damage. In a 4-on-2 at map point, I was lost for words at that point.
And I mean, you're right, there was still a 3-on-2, but as soon as Olaf cleared the second kill in vents, he knew upstairs was open because the other two were already spotted. Sonny was the second of which to rotate now. Unbelievable. And then Nico, not to mention that unreal clutch to stand in the flames, hold it down against Rops.
Yeah.
So we'll restart this round, obviously. 16-15. I say we're about to get this one restarted, but Olaf's still not moving, so we might have persistent issues that they'll address, but essentially that's where we'll be.
There's Roban, the coach of Faze, that legendary 1.6 player. Now finds himself behind one of the most talented lineups in all of CSGO. So much dynasty within this team. A lot of raw skill, as you've seen from the likes of Nico and Rain. Guardian, not the most impactful game from him. He's dropped off a little bit. The AWPers on the other side as well. Oscar started off very hot indeed. In the second half was quiet. Chris J, though, he's been very, very good throughout. Been enjoying his performance, especially some of those scout plays. The balls you have to make that sort of call to go over a scout instead of the AWP when it's available and still make it work is fascinating to me. So yeah, it looked like a TeamSpeak issue.
I was going to say, I could hear a few, I'm not sure if everyone went out to the stream or not, but I could hear a few people just testing their microphones again, so hopefully that gets resolved. I think we are ready to go now because freeze time's counting down, hopefully this time. All's well. Again, money not a factor in the fact that they lost 3 of the 4 players in overtime. We play MR3 16K. If it was 10K, I might argue otherwise.
Laying down smoke. Deploying flashbang.
Again to outside, smokes down early.
Throwing grenade.
Need to back off of it. Very open angle to watch main entrance for Sonny. That
Throwing smoke.
does therefore mean Oscar doesn't have to play quite the same angle. He can get more aggressive toward the vents. But they have to compensate for outside, and that'll be Chris to rotate over with the AWP in doing so.
Sonny waiting a different position this time. M4 in hand, managed to get 2 frags towards Secret previously. They've gone back towards T-spawn. I would say that this one has another timeout, so we'll take a little bit extra just to work out what the issue is plaguing the server right now. I assume the fact that we stopped mid-round suggests the comms went out once again, and you can call the pause. No damage has been inflicted. It's still fine to fall back.
Yeah,
So,
no damage, and I think over a minute still on the clock.
Sure.
Just the case.
And that's been confirmed. It is a TeamSpeak issue. So nothing too disastrous going on. It's going to match medic this round right now. We'll be right back into it. Just joining us. It is 1-0 in overtime. If you've only just connected, what an absolute burner of a game you find yourself in front of you. Mousesports, hot out the trap. They lost both pistols. Looked like they were going to close out the game. They lost 0-3 both halves in those pistols, just to note. They had the lead of 15-13, a 4-on-2 situation that's went horribly wrong. I'm sure that's at the front page of almost every CSGO website right now. And they find themselves in this position. I'm impressed they managed to hold it together the first round here. Just to kick things off, 1-0 on the CT side of Nuke. You do not switch over. 3 rounds will be played total. It'll be the first to 19 at the top of your scoreboard there. 18-18, we'll do it all over again. And on Nuke, that's very likely. Like 1 round on the T side is enough. And then you can look to just find those 2 on the CT side there. You can see the admin's just working behind on the voice issue we have right now. So I guess this is probably good news for Matt. That might sound ridiculous. In fact, they get a chance to calm down and just kind of find themselves again after all the chaos towards the end of regulation there.
Don't know where I'd favor this in terms of, we talk about, you know, uncharacteristic pauses, really killing momentum or taking the heat off either team. I think Faze has certainly woken up into this game, and they're a team with enough experience that they're not going to be too mentally unstable by anything or thrown off by anything like this, whereas Mouse, I think, actually could benefit from it based on how panicked, I guess we could say, they were in the last few rounds, how stressful it was for them. We saw Sonny after his mistake. We saw Rops in the last round with his eyes closed. And they are the less experienced team in terms of playing on a stage such as this. Faze has done it many, many times, not even just together as a lineup, but all of these players in various teams have been in these situations before. Olaf's won 2 majors. Guardians played in at least 2 finals.
All right, gentlemen, this is it.
This time we'll see if we can get all the way through it, why don't we? 3rd time's a charm.
Here we go. Looks like we're back underway. Off patrolling towards the lobby. Smokes towards. Yeah, a very standard round so far. Flashbangs to come in. The bomb is in towards outside. Chris J will be blocked for vision. We'll reposition and try and catch them crossing towards Secret.
Incendiary out. Whoa! Grenade out. Flashback.
Top down to deny them pushing into Secret. That's only 7 seconds though, and the smokes will outlast that, so they'll still have a point of access. Instead, they want to clear Big Garage. Not a bad decision, considering Sonny has been posted in there so many rounds and so frequently. Slightly changed strategy than what we saw from the first 2 tries. We're certainly underway this time. Damage inflicted. Kerrigan and Nico to start off again, and a push through. Oscar has to try and respond somewhere on the map to get something back for them, and he'll go down as well. 5 on 2, and it could be Faze bringing this level. Sonny's going to wait to see if anyone will slowly clamber in through the hut. Instead, he does get Kerrigan. Wants to change it up immediately, and right in doing so, he's got Stiko to cover the same position. He might as well go hunting down below. Knows that Molotov came from in the site. Knows that Rain busted the windows. Doesn't know he's that close, though, because out the flashbang, didn't have the gun at the ready, and it is just Stiko, and he can try to play this. He certainly can. He certainly will. Again, money is not the issue. He takes down Olaf.
Deploying flashbang.
Clever idea to try and wrap outside. He wants the AK.
Yeah. Yeah, almost impossible from this stage. Aggressive stuff from the CTs at the start. Lost kills trying to trade towards the lobby area. Faze Clan holding up in a hard default after showing their hand towards outside. The upper split comes in, successfully down towards lower, and Stiko will have no option but to save the AK-47. That's absolutely fine. I mentioned money not going to be a factor for the 3rd round, but the fact he can get an AK-47, certainly can't buy that. So we'll keep on to that weapon, and he'll take an incendiary and HE as well. T's, though, tying things up. Like I said, 1 round on the T side on overtime is absolutely fine. Looking for 2 rounds here. Stiko probably takes out Nico. Absolutely well. Or for not, that doesn't really matter too much. As we get into the final round of the first half of overtime here. 3 rounds in total. Chris J to buy the AWP once again. 17 kills after looking so good in the first half. He certainly has quietened down. Kerrigan playing catch up with 11 kills, 25 deaths. Sonny, 37 of course. What an absolute Massive game he's having.
Throwing fire. Throwing grenade.
Tov's inside of Secret. No aggression in this round. Off, back out toward ramp. It's Chris instead playing aggressively this angle. Let's get more aggressive. This is risky. From Chris to push up, pre-scoped as well, and Olaf in a corner. You would not check with an AWP, or would you? He considers it, but that's even better from Olaf. Rops was there to go for the immediate trade, and that play falls through. That was the fail-safe, and Olaf cuts it apart. It's now Faze's round to lose at this point in time.
Yeah, really strong stuff from Olaf Meister there. He holds off the push. CTs go down. That's Chris J and Robs. The AWP power of Mousesports completely diminished as Oscar trying to recover the situation. It's the last round. He has to go for the Molotov. Will do some damage, but he's going to stand in the flames. Eventually goes down as Olaf Meister finds his third kill. It's Sticko and Sunny in an impossible situation. Can they replicate some of the form Faze kind of showing in these 4-on-2 situations?
Good read from Sunny. Solid game from him. Obviously, a lot of people remember that one incident, but he's
happening.
Definitely made space. Sticko's going to work with him. Vents open, they double Molotov'd it off, and that forced Sticko to have to sit and wait, but it's benefited them in a lot of ways. But Guardian on top of the ledge in control. Hits the first shot, knows that Sunny was inside of the vent, even though he goes back, tries to fake it out. Faze find the kill, and they'll take the lead into the first half. First overtime. I say that with bated breath, this could go the distance.
Certainly could, but what a huge advantage as Olaf Meister waits and the push is Chris J going in first to the AWP. Just wants that opening pick. Flashbang there would have been beneficial, but Olaf Meister sprays two of them down, 3 in total towards Guardian, finishes it off here. Holds the window, waits for something, takes a bit of damage there, but overall, great round, 2-1. They find themselves at 17 rounds. Remember, 18 will guarantee overtime once again, 19 for the win here. So Mousesports feeling a lot of pressure. This was their game, it was in their grasp. They dropped it. Now in overtime, this is where they usually lose against Faze. Previous final they played in, they won this map, and then it was the second when they lost in overtime. Always such a frustrating way to finish it off, especially when you feel like it was one key round that kind of ended it all for you. Here we go then. Faze looking for map point again.
Let's go earn our pay.
Smoke. Quick again to outside Sunny. We saw how much pressure he put on this position in the first half. Oscar back to the T side of the AWP. Sunny will get across.
Yeah, this is the different variation when we've got a couple of them. The upper pincer, which was very common in the first half. And then this one, they focused towards the ramp and indeed lower. Sunny trying to get that first pick. There's a lot of damage towards Rain. Finishes it off. Great work. 5-on-4.
Good choice to pursue. Doesn't take much damage either. He's going to rotate back. Rops next to work toward. Ooh, ramp. But Sunny's found by Guardian.
Good incendiary. He's going to segregate them. His teammate will come through and burn alive as Oscar will be finished off there. As Olaf Meister looking very, very good indeed. Chris J in a 3 versus 1. They get 1 kill, but that's all they'll get. Map point for Faze. As the pendulum keeps swinging, Mousesports are in the lead for so long. But Faze starting to come to life now, especially Olaf Meister in the last 2 rounds.
What a turnaround. Not quite, perhaps, as catastrophic in terms of numbers as the QBF game, but my goodness, Mouse, this would be a bitter pill to swallow when you consider the circumstances that got them into overtime, let alone now in this position. 18-16 map point Faze. As we said, Cash and Train. Still potentially both on the cards.
Absolutely.
Oscar's going to go outside again with the AWP. Sunny's with him. They're going to go for the similar boost toward red box.
Remember that, Matt, this is Mousesports' pick. To lose it in this sort of fashion would tilt them into oblivion. First quarterfinal of the day, and what a way to kick things off. This is it now. Faze looking to close. Smokes deployed towards outside on the catwalk. Take vision away from those AWPers towards heaven. Oscar looking for the first pick. No damage inflicted as of yet. Guardian looking for any gaps. There is a gap in that smoke, but doesn't even need that. Nico ready and waiting beneath the catwalk. Looking for the double frag. Very difficult angle to shoot upwards, but it's no problem for Nico. 2 kills with the AK-47s. 4-on-3s. He's taken down by Sunny there.
I'm surprised not to have seen more aggression through the smoke to try and get Nico down when he was sitting there taking that battle. Bomb is stuck on the catwalk above right now, by the way. They've got to commit a player to go around that direction to get to it. Either boost up on top of the hut or rotate back towards Silo. Good find.
That's
Kerrigan and Rain. It is just Sunny remaining.
Surely he can't clutch this one out. It'd be one for the ages if he did. 3 versus 1. Sunny's been playing so well so far. Guardian watching his position towards the main entrance area. Does Sunny play? Does he use the flashbang? He walks in and that's it! Faze against all the odds. 15-13 down. Multiple clutches, losing both pistols. They managed to pull back. And it will be 1-0 here. Mousesports have got to be absolutely gutted with that one, Matt. It was in their grasp. It was their game.
This is the hard part for them, is recovering, resetting, and heading on to cash. Brilliant from Faze to come back. A shaky start.